And welcome to the Coach's Corner. I'm the Coach Dick Cox. I had a chance to watch about a half a dozen college basketball games this week, and there were a lot of things that I saw that as a coach, if I were making out my practice schedule for my Monday practice, these are some things that would be on the head of my list on my practice schedule. One of the first things I would do would be emphasizing, or we would be working on putting pressure on the basketball. I saw a lot of games this week where pressure was not put on the basketball and players were able to drive to the basket and take it all the way to the hole and to get uncontested layups. Again, your defense starts with ball pressure. You need to show your numbers to the person with the ball, let them see it. But we would work on pressure on the basketball would be the first thing we worked on. And we would work on stopping penetration. I saw a college game this week and I could not believe it, that the inbounds pass, and it was not against full court pressure. The inbounds pass was thrown in bounds and the player with the ball dribbled the length of the court, went down the lane. Finally, someone under the basket stopped the person with the ball who easily laid it off to somebody else for a layup. That is ridiculous at the college level. But I saw way too many plays of people being able to penetrate and take it all the way to the basket. My second thing that I would be on my practice list today and making out my practice schedule is help side defense. Again, I'm seeing less and less help side defense. I see that when people penetrate or you get beat, or what happened to the days of when you get beat, that your teammate comes over to help stop penetration, and it's help and recover, where you stop either by bluffing at the ball or getting in front of the ball, stopping them, and then recover to your player. But this would be time spent in my practice this week, would be working on help side defense, being able to help. And again, when you play help side defense, you've got to point to the ball and point to your man. And when you do that, if you can see both of them in your vision, then you automatically put your hands up on defense. I saw people playing defense with their hands in their pocket this week. You need to have your hands in position to be able to make a play. I would work next on my practice schedule is the old 2-ball on block drill, where you've got two players down there, you set the ball on the block, they've got to get the ball, catch it, explode, and go up to the basket. Then go over to the other block, get the ball, and you go back and forth in this drill until you say you make 15 shots. But what I would add to that, and we did this in a lot of my practices, we had a football hand shield. And when they went up, they got hit with the pad, and they had to go up with contact and finish the play. I see so many easy shots missed around the basket because people are looking either at the defender, not concentrating on the rim, and are missing way too many easy layups inside. Again, my cure and my solution for that is 2-ball on block drill with the pads and initiate contact and let them get used to going up with the contact, trying to finish the play. My next thing on my practice schedule would be pressure free throws. Pressure free throws. I watched the University of South Carolina lose a game this week because they had 2 shots with 9 seconds to go in the game against the number 2 team in the country. And if they make both of them, they have a chance to take the lead and maybe for only the 3rd time in the history of that program beat a number 1 or number 2 team in the nation. The player miss both of them. There's no excuse for that. I know I probably wouldn't be able to do it today, but If I had that happen there, I would be so tempted to make the player, when the game's over, to go right back in the arena and shoot 100 free throws. But we'll work on pressure free throws. That what we used to do in practice, and we'll work on this, is stop practice in the middle of practice. We'll pick selected player to go the line and shoot 1-and-1. If they miss the front end, they run a double sprint down and back. If they make the front end but miss the second, you just run one sprint. But you've got to put players in pressure situations to make them. Free throws, you can teach anybody to shoot a free throw if they're willing to learn. And there is absolutely no excuse ever for a college basketball player to miss 2 free throws in a row, let alone at the end of a game that costs your team a nationally ranked game against one of the top 2 teams, a team that will be number 1 next week because you didn't beat them because you didn't make the free throws. And then one of the last things we're going to work on today, maybe 2 more things on our practice schedule. We're going to work on blockout drills. Again, what we'll do with that is that we're going to make a little game out of it. That we're going to go to a random movement where you've got a man-to-man defense, and I'm going to have the players moving around, and I'm going to put up the shot from the outside and intentionally miss it. If you get an offensive rebound, you get a point. If you get a defensive rebound, you get a point. First team to 5 wins, losers do push-ups. But this is going to be incorporated, and I'm seeing too many offensive rebounds. We're going to work on block-out drill from the games that I've seen this week, too. And again, at the end of my practice today, for my practice schedule for Monday that I'm making out, that we're again going back to free throws. Everybody is going to line up on the baseline. Everybody on the team is going to shoot a 1-and-1. If you miss the front end of the 1-and-1, everybody on the team is going to run 2 sprints. If you make the front end of the 1-and-1 and miss the second, you run 1 sprint. If you make both your free throws, you don't have to run any sprints as a team. You move on to the next player. Those are things to help improve free throws that will need, hopefully, in pressure situations. My point of emphasis on practice today is no lazy cross-court passes. I'm seeing too many passes, lazy passes thrown across court that Stevie Wonder could intercept and go dunk on the other end. This one-handed pass, these lazy passes have got to go. Players, and my players have heard me tell you this, you've got to think of that basketball as your money. Are you going to throw your money away out there on the court? If you had to pay every time you turn the ball over, if you had to pay per turnover, I guarantee you your concentration would be level, though. That the level would be a whole lot better, though. But no cross-court lazy passes is a point of emphasis for our practice today. The next thing we're going to do, concentrate on keeping your number showing on your jersey where the opponent who's got the ball sees your number at all times. Stay in front of the basketball. Again, help side, post defense that we talked about, on to make sure that when you're playing help side that you're able to point to the man and the ball. If you cannot both see your man and the ball, then you need to back up where you can get both of them in position. Once you've done that, you're in good help side position, but that's going to be an emphasis. The ball, again, is your money. Treat it that way. Don't throw your money away on the court. And then, again, we're going back again on the no-nonsense cross-court passes. Take care of the basketball. That would be just a little bit of what my Monday practice will be like from the games, the college games that I watched this week, though. Appreciate you tuning in to the Coach's Corner. And that's my take on college basketball games this week. See you next week. Goodbye, everybody.